BIOL's technical analysis, fundamental statistics, along with reviewing my current positions and their price charts. Starting off with the price action, we recently broke out of this downtrend. I would say this is a confirmed breakout. Okay, we have more than 10 4-hourly closes above this descending trend line, and we are forming higher highs and higher lows. Signal to me, well, because I have eyes, but also because we have this ascending trend line here. We have one touch point here, second touch point right there. So where do I see this going short term? All right, this is one that similar to Microvision and a lot of our stocks, pretty much all of them, except Myers. Right, Myers doesn't care what the markets do. This one got beat down with the markets. It didn't have an exact correlation as far as the high point with the Nasdaq. Unlike Microvision, right? Microvision and the Nasdaq both had their peak on the 16th. This one on the 9th, but it's just been consistent death and destruction. And we finally found a bottom. It looks like, in my opinion, this is a great buying point. Anything under $1 is an absolute steal for the stock long term, in my opinion. If you're looking for, if you want to get a really good deal and you want to make sure it's an auspicious and high probability trade, I would recommend getting in on this ascending trend line. Anywhere from 93 cents up to where we're at now in a little bit of time, really. And this is a very steep trend line, so as the more time goes on, the higher the price is going to get if we do follow it, which I think there's a high chance of. But there are also it's not all great news, right? We also have some ascending resistance lines, but they are ascending, right? That's good, better than descending, right? So we're at least making higher highs and higher lows for the time being. And one could say that this is actually a bear flag. We have a bearish macroscopic price action, and then we have a little bit of a push, ascending, right? Ascending triangle here. And then right when we break, the price target would be a trend line right here. So yeah, that's a possibility, but and not in my opinion. That's actually not going to come to fruition, in my opinion. We see a lot of stuff. All of our stocks pretty much kind of have, a lot of them have a bear flag right now. And if the markets can hold it together, they're not going to come to fruition. None of them will, in my opinion. So let's look at some indicators. Let's look at the RSI and the MACD on the 4-hourly. So relative strength index on the 4-hourly, we're looking at 60, right? So we're, let's see what we did on last trading day. Okay, we're up 4% when everything else is kind of not doing so well, right? So the markets did what they do. Nasdaq went down, but they've been rallying this week, so not really much to complain about there. But let's look at the daily, because we need a macroscopic viewpoint, right? We can't just look at one time frame or one indicator here or there. So daily RSI, we're looking at 50. So we're neutral. We got plenty of room left to run. We're not oversold anymore. Like when I was recommending, this is an amazing buy. I've been saying throughout this entire downtrend, these are all good entry points. Okay, you would rather wait and buy more down here than here, but either way, everything in this downtrend, right? It's a great long-term position, and of course, my average cost is $1.21. Right, I'm getting absolutely killed. Let's take a look at my account. I'm down 20%, almost 20%, $200, and BIOL, my position there. I've been holding for a while on this. I was down let's see, at one point I was down, close to 50%, if not 50%. So that shows you how much conviction I actually have in the stock, and we're going to be going over in the fundamentals and the news and the recent relevant information section, kind of why I actually think, some reasons on why I actually think this is a great company long term. But let's look at the Bollinger Bands on the MACD. I mean, we're about to get confirmation. The MACD on the daily is a little delayed, so we're about to go in bullish territory. When the MACD line does cross over the signal line, that's going to represent some bullish momentum. And on the 4-hourly, real quick, we are in bullish territory. That is going to represent some upward price action momentum for the stock going forward if the signal line can hold below the MACD line. Let's look at let's look at the Bollinger Bands though. See what we got here. So the middle Bollinger Band is trading at $1 flat, and we are currently trading at $9. Or not $9. That would be nice, wouldn't it? $9 BIOL. 97 cents is where we're trading at currently. So we are going to be having some resistance, right? Don't freak out. We are going to have some resistance, though. It's going to be some strong resistance. We got plenty of resistance levels, and we got 2 ascending resistances along with the middle Bollinger Band. The price action, those are all above the current price action. So we're going to have to break through a lot of those I think we can do it. I think we can definitely do it, especially over the long term. I think we can go all the way to all-time highs or at least 52-week highs. Does this stock have any past of anything? Oh, yes, it does. $32. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it used to be an insane. Okay, so we know what the stock can do, right? We're picking it up at a really low price compared to historically, and we're hoping it will go back to where it was, right? And I think it will, based on what we're going to be going over soon. But guys, as far as the Bollinger Bands, yeah, we're going to be seeing some extra resistance. I'm not selling though. I'm not selling. I'm holding. I think we're going to be seeing. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of bullish momentum, mostly because of the markets, right? I think all of our stocks. Well, we know, I don't know when they're going to pop off, right? But I know because of the fundamentals and the due diligence I've done, the business model, the demand in the next 5 years, the practicality of the product, right? Leadership team, insider ownership, okay, all this stuff. That's not even all of it, right? I know that they're going to pop off. I don't know when exactly they're going to, but I do know if the markets are going to stabilize, there's a high chance of one of these or multiple popping off like Microvision has done the last couple of days. All right. So let's look at the moving averages. So we have every golden cross you could want. Essentially, not everyone really, if you want to get nitpicky and technical with the small moving averages. But what we are concerned about is the big daily important macroscopic moving averages. 200-day EMA is below the 55 and the 15-day moving average. If you're confused on how I'm getting this information, it's right here. That's your key. So yeah, we're in bullish territory. We have both the golden crosses that we need, the two most important ones. We recently had the second most important one just recently on this year, January 29th. Okay, so that's pretty recent for these moving averages because they are very slow moving. At least the bigger, larger day amount ones certainly are. So let's look at some fundamentals now. Okay, not that. Okay, insider ownership 13%, almost 14%. Of the shares outstanding is owned by insiders. This is an extremely bullish sign, obviously. And there's not much more you can ask for. This is one of my favorite statistics, and this is a green flag in every way. Institutional ownership, 7% institutional ownership. We're not looking too bad here. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of institutional ownership, but it is an indicator that we'd like to look for nonetheless. I would rather it be high than low. So this is a slightly bullish indicator, in my opinion. Fact checking that, as much of a fact check as we can get with Finviz for once. Fintel.io and Finviz actually get fairly similar information, right? 11% on both. Look at the institutional transactions, right? We're looking very green in the last 3-month change in institutional ownership. So that's obviously a bullish sign. Okay, this is going to be linked. If you want to give this a whole look through, this will be linked in the description. Okay, benefits of laser dentistry. 10 things. All right, less painful procedures. Okay, no Novocaine required. Lower chance of bacterial infection. Okay, you can go through all these. This is some of the benefits of dentists switching to laser technology. There's a ton of benefits, and yes, if you're really deep into it, okay, I'm aware of a lot of the stuff, a lot of the impractical kind of things with laser technology. Okay, there's a lot of things that make it a little less attractive, right? This is the good side. This is the good news. It's not all good news, though, right? We're a couple of years away from actually getting full adoption as far as laser technology. But what we do know is that because of all these benefits, eventually, when we start making it more cost effective and more practical, okay, it's going to become more mainstream adopted. So it's just a matter of time, whether it's going to be 5 years or 10 years or 1 year. I think all of those are possibilities. We don't know how far we're away from this being fully adapted into the mainstream as far as the dentist space. So this is a ton of benefits. Okay, this is reason enough to go and buy a laser, right? It's less than $1, right? And they've got potential to really capitalize on these benefits being implemented into their space. BIOL due diligence. Okay, there's really nothing here. I'm not going to link this. Okay, there's really nothing here. But they did recently have a partnership and some stuff. Okay, but why I actually put this in here, they are protected by about 271 patents and 40 patent pending technologies. So patents, obviously, if you don't know, they're very good. It's basically guaranteed revenue. So this is obviously what you want to see. And a penny stock having 271 patents, not something you see all the time, right? So this is obviously very bullish news. And of course, this is just from a Reddit person on Reddit, right? But if we actually check the comments here and check the upvotes, right, it actually does seem, fairly reliable, right? And if you actually go to their website, right, you can actually go do you can go do the digging if you want, right? We're not going to do that here, but this is their website. This will be linked as well if you want to do that. Current positions for BIOL Ace, April 7th price start is $1. End of your bear case is 4. End of your bull case is 10 to 20. All right, you may be thinking this is insane, Brandon. What are you doing? $20 for BIOL Ace? Really? Really, Brandon? Yeah, I think it's a possibility. Okay, it doesn't mean when I have the higher numbers here, right? 20, 150, 300, 200, 250, right? These are insane price starts. Okay, I don't mean it's going to go there for sure, right? None of this is for sure. Okay, this is the stock market. None of it's for sure. But more importantly, this is just the range, the highest number that I think it can go to realistically. Okay, I think there's a realistic chance that Microvision hits 150. It's more unlikely than 30 or 60, right? That's why it's the last price target, right? That's why it's the farthest range to the upside, right? Um, so so I just want you to understand that. So don't go and be expecting $20 by end of year for BIOL Ace, right? I think it's possible, but I think $4 and $10 is probably more likely, right? And that's still, that's still 4x, right? come on now. I don't want to see anyone complain that it's not a 20x, right? Instead of it's a 4x. Okay, 4xing is fine. So that's what we're looking at as far as the price targets. Relevant information in regards to the title is finished now. Feel free to click off if you have more important things to do. This is the part where I do the stuff most YouTubers do in the first 5 seconds, post cool stuff as well. Merch / Patreon, okay? I'm working on the merch. Patreon is looking pretty good. I'm really excited to get it going, but there's always another problem. Always another 1,000 steps in doing this stuff. Seems like, but we're getting through it slowly. Patreon is mostly set up. Merch. I'm working on the designs for the mug and the t-shirt and stuff. Yeah, that's a pain in my arse. You can guess how freaking painful that is. Okay, I'm getting that done though. BrandonBalcia.com. If you have a serious suggestion or question, email me there. Maybe Stacey has an estimate perfection for me, yourself, or anyone. Use several brokers as well. If you want to use Webull, free stock link in the description below. Success is not going to change this channel's business model. You guys already know it's not going to change this business model. We are. That's my promise to you. So, BioNan to the moon. BioNan's going to the moon this week, in my opinion. Video coming out soon on why I think that is actually going to happen. Okay, this is always here though, regardless of whether I think it's going to be good or bad, right? Yeah, I don't know. We keep it there. Okay, but this week I actually do think we have a higher chance of mooning than previous weeks. But we'll be going over that soon. Power is always dangerous. It attracts the worst and corrupts the best. It's not financial advice. All right, if you're confused on what this is, okay, this is a quote from Ragnar Lothbrok in Vikings. I recommend you go watch that. It's better than Game of Thrones, in my opinion. This is not financial advice, guys. Thank you all so much. I'll see y'all in the next one.